All right, welcome. Today, we're going to break down the 2025 cost of living in a really interesting spot, Alcoa, Tennessee. We're digging into a detailed report from the real estate pros at Hutch and Howard to figure out what it actually costs to live there, and more importantly, who it's the perfect fit for. So let's dive in.
This is the big question for so many people looking to move to East Tennessee right now. You want that small town value, that sense of community, but you're not quite ready to give up the jobs and all the cool stuff a city like Knoxville has to offer. It's a classic dilemma, right? But there's one community that's getting a ton of buzz for hitting that sweet spot. And yeah, you guessed it, that community is Alcoa. So today, we're going to get into exactly what it costs to live there in 2025, from your mortgage to your groceries, and see why it's jumped to the top of the list for so many homebuyers in the area. Okay, first things first. Let's tackle the biggest piece of the puzzle for most people's budgets, housing. This is really where Alcoa's story starts to get compelling. A really key idea in the Hutch and Howard report is what they call comparable homes. Basically, it means if you take a house of a certain size with similar features, you're probably going to find a much more attractive price tag on it in Alcoa than you would in those premium Knoxville spots like West Knoxville or Farragut. It's a straight-up value proposition.
And listen, the savings don't just stop when you sign the closing papers. Alcoa's in Blount County, and its property tax rate is lower than its neighbor, Knox County. And this isn't some one-time discount, right? This is a recurring saving that lowers your monthly payment for as long as you own the house. That adds up, big time. Yeah, this quote from the report pretty much nails it. The market sees Alcoa as a place where your money just goes farther, especially in real estate. So how does that value carry over into everyday life? So, you've bought the house. Awesome. But what does it actually cost to live your life there, day in and day out? Let's get into those month-to-month expenses. Okay, check this out. One of Alcoa's biggest practical advantages is just where it is. If you happen to work at McGee-Tyson Airport, or you travel a lot, your commute is, well, it's basically nothing. And even if you're heading into downtown Knoxville for work or fun, you're looking at a super manageable 20 to 30 minutes. That is a huge quality of life win. Now, when we look at the rest of your monthly budget, the report finds this really consistent theme of stability. Your utility bills? They're seen as pretty reasonable compared to the national average. Groceries are competitive, especially with nearby Maryville. You might even find your car insurance is a little cheaper than in the bigger metro areas. And healthcare costs? Right in line with the rest of the region. So when you add it all up, nothing's jumping out as crazy expensive, which just adds to that overall feeling of affordability. But hey, a move isn't just about the numbers on a spreadsheet, is it? It's about your quality of life. So let's look beyond the budget at the things that make a place somewhere you actually want to live. The report really boils down Alcoa's lifestyle perks into these three core pillars. It's not just about saving a buck. It's about what that value actually gets you. And what it gets you is access to great schools, a solid economic foundation, and recreation that's easy to get to. Okay, let's talk about the schools for a second, because this is a huge one. The report is really clear. The Alcoa city school system isn't just good, it's a fundamental reason people actively choose to move here. And that strong reputation and all the community investment, it directly props up long-term property values, which makes buying a home there a pretty stable investment. You know, a great lifestyle also needs a steady economy to support it. And what the report shows is that Alcoa isn't a one-trick pony. You've got major manufacturing with Arconic, the whole aviation hub around the airport, plus strong healthcare and education sectors. That diverse job market provides a level of economic stability that's incredibly attractive. Oh, and we absolutely cannot forget this massive statewide advantage. Having no state income tax in Tennessee gives a serious boost to your take-home pay. It doesn't matter if you're working or retired, that's a financial benefit that impacts every single paycheck. Okay, so we've looked at the housing, the daily costs, the lifestyle. Now it's time to pull it all together and figure out, who is Alcoa really for? This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? After looking at all this data from the Hutch and Howard report, what kind of person or family is going to thrive in Alcoa? Well, the report paints a very clear picture. If you're a family and you've put top-rated schools and affordability at the very top of your list, Alcoa is a bullseye. Same thing if you work in aviation, healthcare, or manufacturing. And really, at its core, it's for anyone who wants that more relaxed, small-town lifestyle, but doesn't want to feel disconnected from the city. This final chart really just lays out the choice. Plain and simple. It's a trade-off. In Alcoa, you're picking a more relaxed vibe and better bang for your buck on housing, with amazing access to the outdoors. In Knoxville proper, you might get a more walkable, urban feel, but that comes with higher costs and more traffic. There's no right or wrong answer here, just what's right for you.
So as we wrap this up, the final question really is for you. Does this unique balance that Alcoa offers, that blend of value, community, and convenience, does that match what you're looking for? Based on the numbers, it's definitely a compelling option to have on your radar.